Everyone says, don't be salesy on LinkedIn. But what if that's actually holding you back? Selling isn't the problem, my friends. Bad selling is. G'day, everyone. It is Coach Michelle J. Raymond, and I am super excited. I am still traveling the world on my global page advocacy tour, and I'm going to have so much that I'm going to share with you. So I recorded this episode in advance, and let's be clear, as I've been preparing for this and absorbing everything I can in these two conferences, Uplift Live and Social Media Marketing World, I've been surrounded by all things marketing. And there's a little piece of me, that 20 years that I spent in B2B sales, which I think I need to get out in this episode, because no matter how many people I talk to, the number one problem that always keeps coming up is people want more sales for their business. I know that there are people that are consultants in small businesses that are really doing things tough because they can't generate the right amount of leads to keep their business going. And realistically, it does not matter the size of your business. This is a problem across the board. And I actually think that we're doing it to ourselves for the most part. I think that there are too many people out there following the advice of don't be salesy on LinkedIn, and it is really hurting you. And I think that I understand where people are coming from, because there's so many annoyingly bad sales practices on LinkedIn that we don't want to be that, so we can avoid that fear of rejection. So I totally get it from that side of things. But ultimately, I'm here to help you grow your business. That is exactly why I do this podcast. Like, it's all about leveraging LinkedIn for business growth. Think about this logically. LinkedIn is a platform where people come to do business. So they are in that frame of mind. To avoid doing the thing that we all come onto this platform expecting seems a bit ludicrous to me. And so this is why I want to talk about this more. So sales isn't the problem. Bad selling practices are. So how do we simplify this and make sure that you can confidently sell on LinkedIn without feeling icky, without resorting to tactics which are more akin to spray and pray? I'm not a big fan of that either. And so I'm going to take you through my 3-step framework to selling the right way, and also how you can make offers without feeling like you're being pushy. So if that sounds good to you, stick around. After this quick word from our podcast sponsors, Metricool, I'm going to share all the details. Listeners, I'm as excited as I am on a Friday when I crack open my packet of Tim Tams, maybe even a little bit more excited. Why? Because Metricool's LinkedIn study has just dropped, and they've shared some amazing insights. In it, I learned things like the engagement rate on LinkedIn has grown by over 18% since 2024. Average clicks have also grown by over 30%. Not to mention, the average watch time for video content has spiked by, wait for it, 68%, which is just crazy. So Metricool's LinkedIn study analyzed over 47,000 professional LinkedIn accounts and more than 570,000 posts. If you're like me and you love to nerd out on all things LinkedIn so you can refine your 2025 LinkedIn strategy, then go to the show notes, find the link to download the report, and enjoy. And I would love to hear what you think was the most interesting insight. I'm going to give you a really simple, easy framework to follow, just 3 steps so that you can make sure that you are selling the right way on LinkedIn. Number 1, lead with value first. Share all of the information that educates your buyer on the other side, that helps them to make their decisions confidently. We live in a world where buyers do so much research before they reach out to salespeople that it's really important to make sure that you are sharing the kind of content that helps them along that journey. Ultimately, we're talking about thought leadership, education, content that is in service of your audience. You know, those things that I say pretty much every single podcast episode. So leading with value first. So we're not asking them for anything as yet. It's almost like the taste tester that they get for free up front to see, do you really know your stuff? Are you my kind of person? Are you the person that I want to work with? So this is the type of content that we're doing. Number 2, you're going to focus on building relationships and engaging with other people. It's really hard in an online world where there's billions of scams going on every day for people to just immediately trust you just because you did a post on LinkedIn. Like there is so much more to it than that. Can we just get that part really clear? Posting content alone does not build the trust that you need for people to buy in an online world. So connecting strategically with the right people, nurturing those relationships by being responsive to comments, direct messages, following things up, sharing thoughtful tips or articles that you've seen, things that keep conversations going. If you invest your time in building relationships with people and being curious about them, what's going on for them in their world? Do they have a need for a product or service that you offer? When the answer is you've discovered yes, they do, you can confidently make that offer. And I assure you, you will never feel icky. You won't feel slimy. You won't feel pushy. You won't feel salesy, as people always say, because you'll know that what you do will make a difference to them. And you'll know that when you deliver those products or services, that their problem will go away. So you never have to feel anything but confident, positive, and excited about the possibility of working with these clients when you've done the work first. If you try and skip these steps, that's when it turns to icky, my friends. So 3 steps, really simple. Lead with value first, engage and build relationships second, and then the third thing is confidently make your offer. I wanted to talk about some ways that I think will help people make offers without feeling pushy. So if you have already ticked the box that says the offer that I'm making is relevant to the person that I'm making it to, and you can confidently do that because you've invested in those conversations and building those relationships with people. The funny thing for me is I'm always selling on LinkedIn, like pretty much every single post, every interaction. Some of them are more direct and some of them are softer selling. So what do I mean by that? Sometimes my post will literally be, I have 2 spots available for this. If you would like to grab one of those spots, then jump in fast before they disappear, right? So that's a hard sell in your face. Here's my product or service. I've earned the right to share about it because I've been building your trust. I've been nurturing relationships. And that is something that is, hey, here it is. I've got a solution to a problem that you might have. If I didn't want to do something that was such a hard sell and I wanted to do it much softer than that, you can do things like when I'm sharing content, I'll talk about a problem that I've been working on with a client. And at the end, I can say, if this is something that you've been struggling with as well, why not reach out? Let's have a chat. Or drop yes in the comments and I'll respond. I'll send you something. So think about subtle ways that we can do it. We're giving people choices. It's up to them whether they reach out or not, but always making sure that they know that you're available to work with. And it's a much easier way to do it. And I encourage you, if you are doing the work to make sure that you are adding value and educating your audience, you've earned the right to do this. It's only when you talk about yourself all day, every day, don't care about them and are practically broadcasting and talking at them that people are like going, stay away. The same thing goes when you just spam 50 million of your closest LinkedIn connections with an automated tool. Hey, buy my stuff. Yeah, that doesn't work either. So we're not doing that. So you have no fear when it comes to these kinds of things. The other way you can do it is just, other CTAs, so the call to actions at the bottom of your post, they can just be really subtle. Like if you'd like a free intro call with me, go to my website. These types of things give people choices. They never feel like you're trying to shove something down their throat. Honestly, like as much as every single day on LinkedIn with most of the interactions that I'm having, I never feel like I'm doing a hard sell to people. They never have that experience of me. And that's because, at the end of the day, sales isn't about pushing people. It's about helping people find the right solution. And so my context for selling, which is why I love doing it so much, is problem solving and helping people. So the more LinkedIn problems that I can discover that people have out there, the more ways that my training or my audit and strategy or my LinkedIn profile services, the more that I can offer those that can take that pain away from people. You know, for me, there's never been a day where I have showed up on LinkedIn not in service of my audience. And so I have never had to feel like I'm being salesy on LinkedIn. That's why my business continues to grow. So if yours isn't, try what you've learned here today. There's nothing weird. There's nothing aggressive. It is literally how I grow my business. So listeners, until next week, it's going to be a big one because that's when I get to recap everything that I've covered while I've been on the World Page Advocacy Tour. There's going to be so many things that I've experienced, that I've seen, and people that I've spoken to and learned from other presenters. So I'm going to report that back. So if there's somebody else in your network that you think will get value from this podcast, please share it with them. And to those of you who have recently done LinkedIn posts talking about different episodes, I really appreciate all of you. You are helping me spread the word, and it means the world to me to know that it's helping you. So until next week, cheers.